At this point you can do a choice, because you can continue directly, but this is just a short detour, so we can go that one.
Welcome back to the last part of our hike along the Camino de Santiago. We walk from Sarria to Santiago de Compostela, a journey of 114 kilometers. Right now we are near the Ermita de Santa Irene, a small chapel in Santa Irene.
Santa Irene?
Yeah. Albergue Santa Irene. Okay, the detour arrives in that direction, and if you have continue with the bagpipe player, you have arrived here. So it's just a very short detour. I think it is to show the old church. So, and if you want coffee, second breakfast or something, here is a cafe. We have about 3k to Pedruso now.
The days are starting to look pretty much the same now. We wake up, we have breakfast, we walk for a while, then it's time for a second breakfast. We walk a little more, have lunch, we walk again, and then we start to look for accommodation if we haven't already booked. Then it's time for shower, washing clothes, dinner, time to sleep.
Okay, here is the crossroad where you have choice to do. You can go straight ahead into the village, and you can go to the right. The stones are showing the right. I think it's a detour actually, if you want to go into the village. So we go straight ahead. So many restaurants, pizza. As I said before, if you walk straight ahead in the crossroad, you will arrive up here, but you will not come into the village center. So if you want to go to the restaurant, then you have to walk back to the village. But we walked directly to the village center and to restaurants. And now we will continue, because we will not stay here in Pedruso or if it's called Uprinio. I hope you understood what I said. Here is you leave the road here and walk forward. Santiago de Compostela. And from here it's almost 20k. It's 19 point something. Back into the forest. And that's nice, quiet and nice. It's really nice here. I have not walked here when it's light. That's when it's dark.
But wait a minute. Why am I saying that I only have walked here when it's dark? Let's go back to Upedruso. From Upedruso, it is just over 19 kilometers left to walk to Santiago de Compostela. So many hikers choose to stay here the last night before arriving at the final destination the next day. That is why many hikers start early in the morning to be in time for the Pilgrims Mass held in the Cathedral at noon.
So it's the last morning. It's about 20k to Santiago. The time is 6:45. It's 17 degrees Celsius outside when I start walking.
Coffee house. It's open. Yes.
I think I'm alone here.
Hola.
Y el que trabaja. Y cuando no tiene.
So we are walking with a busy road to the right and the airport to the left.
And I am walking through this little village where you can have a coffee break or a stamp if you want. You remember, 2 stamps a day if you walk only the last 100k to get the certificate. if you thought it's no more hills. There are. It's 12.3 left now to Santiago, and it's uphill. Yeah. And if you like these videos, push the subscribe button and give this film a thumb up if you like it. So when you arrive in this place, you have the 10K stone in front of you. Yeah.
I want to point out that things change in life, and so do things along the Camino as well. So when you get to reality, things can be different from what you've seen in this film. Here is a clear example of that. There are about 2 years between these pictures.
So here is the 10K stone. So this is the stone. 10K to go.
Está loca. Ah, no. Está loca. Está un poquito. Su madre le habló a Marta en plan de. Mira, niña, si alguna de las me deja el palo.
The last part into Santiago is like this. You're walking on roads, many hikers, and I think that's fun because yeah, they are excited to walk into Santiago. It's fun not to be all alone at the road. Wow. Here you can buy things. You have to carry Santiago. Okay. Nice. The stones shows you that direction. But we will go in that direction because we want to visit the statues of the two pilgrims, looking at Santiago's cathedral's towers for the first time. We will show you. So we continue around this hill, and here we have a cross. And then you continue. And watch this. It's also some kind of monument. Okay, we continue up through this hill, and there to the right you have the statues of the two pilgrims that watch Santiago for the first time, the cathedral's towers for the first time.
After visiting the pilgrims, we will now return to the trail. Then we have to walk through this park.
We have crossed that lawn, and now we come down here in this area, and here is the Monte Dugosso Albergue. So we came from this way down here, and then we are back on the trail again, and in this crossroad you have these amazing stone figures. Yeah, now we will continue down over the center of Santiago. You need to walk through this suburb of Santiago in at least 4K before you reach the cathedral. There is the Santiago de Compostela sign.
just continue straight ahead. Follow the arrows. Yeah, still a few kilometers to walk.
As you approach Santiago de Compostela, you may experience mixed emotions, which I think is normal. You have now been in the Camino bubble for a number of days, and it's normal to feel divided. You may feel happy that you are almost at your destination, but at the same time you may be sad that it will all be over soon.
So now we can see the top of the cathedral in front of us.
I love to walk through these streets just before the cathedral, and you see the cathedral's towers. I can feel expectation from pilgrims.
So now we are walking into the old town of Santiago de Compostela. Yes, that's right.
Pero está cerrado.
Plaza del Obradoiro is a magical and emotional meeting place that no pilgrim who comes to the square can forget.
So we are arriving at the square, at the cathedral, again. Yes. How do you feel?
Feels very nice.
Yeah. Fantastic. I think it's always a good feeling.
Plaza del Obradoiro is the main square in the old town of Santiago de Compostela. With the revival of the pilgrimage to Santiago de Compostela, Plaza del Obradoiro has become the main meeting place for pilgrims, and every day you can see pilgrims warmly embracing each other, celebrating the completion of their walk along the Camino de Santiago. While others sit on the ground and admire the beautiful cathedral. The square is a large rectangle whose sides are occupied by the 4 magnificent buildings. On the 2 long sides stands the Cathedral of Santiago and the Paso de Razor, while on the short sides it is surrounded by the Colegio de San Cerón and the Real Hostal de los Reyes de Catolicos. The square is decorated with rays starting from the center, where a plaque commemorates the World Heritage Site of the Camino de Santiago, whose final destination is here. When you arrive in Santiago de Compostela, it's time to collect your Compostela. You then take your pilgrim's passport, the Credencial de Peregrino, where you collect your stamps, and go to the Pilgrims office. Outside the building, you will find a sign and a QR code that you should scan with your phone. Then you fill in a simple form with your phone. Previously, this was done manual inside the building, but by filling in the form, the processing of the Compostela is accelerated, and at the same time the Pilgrims office receives statistics on the people who walk, why they walk, where they started, and so on. You can read these statistics on the official website. After filling in the form, you will be given a queue number, and with your number you go to the service desk inside the building. The Compostela is free of charge, but if you want one with your distance written on it, you have to pay a few euros for that document. When we filmed this, there were 25 officials on site printing the Compostela. Before you go home, I suggest you pay a visit in the majestic cathedral. If you wish, you can also attend in a pilgrim's mass and watch the Botafumeiro swing from one side to the other in the cathedral. The Botafumeiro is a famous gigantic censer in the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela that has been used since the Middle Age, originally to purify the air when a crowd of pilgrims, after completing the Camino de Santiago, arrived after their long journey. The current Botafumeiro dates back to 1851, and it's made of silver-plated brass, weighing 53 kilo when empty. 8 men called tiraboleiros are required to operate the Botafumeiro. But remember, you are not allowed to bring the backpack into the cathedral. So now the trip is over. What are you going to do now? Maybe plan for the next one? I don't know. While you are thinking, I think you should walk around in Santiago de Compostela and maybe taste the Santiago cake or visit the beautiful park, where you can look out over the cathedral one more time. Anyway, we'll end this film there, and I hope to see you soon.